I'm raising the bar here. I'm holding people a little more accountable.
Go now.
I will go first on Trey because Trea Turner. If you think I was a little tough on Bryson and the Vegas boys,
because I kind of surprised myself with my Trey grade. So I'm curious where you go.
Why did you surprise yourself?
Because I was a little higher than I expected.
Oh, then you're not going to be surprised that I gave him a B minus.
Oh, okay. We're relatively in the same area.
Now, Trea Turner also led the league in fielding stats in a number of different categories. He was top 20 for double plays with 60, number 5 in assists with 369, had 176 put outs for number 8. But then, of course, as you talk about the wrong ones, led the league with 23 errors. That drops you at least from an A to a B. And then, much like my argument with Bryson, let's remember the NLCS. Let's remember where Trea Turner was. Nowhere to be found at times. Struggled. And for that reason, you are a B minus. I mean, you cannot get into the playoffs and be first half of the season MVP and then struggle off Bryson Stott. You cannot be Trea Turner, who makes these incredible spinning double plays and then turn around and have errors or then get at bat.
Oh, he did just that, Renee.
Yeah, and then you go up to bat and the numbers in the postseason this year,
not great
at all. 9 runs, 17 hits, and 49 at bats. The 8 strikeouts, but it was more just we lost Trea Turner at bat. So, Barbara, I'm glad you're a hard grader like me because Jamie over here is a softie.
I thought you were going to go into the C range, to be honest.
I was contemplating a C+.
Well,
but,
I don't think you would have been like that off. I don't think that's off the table.
Well, thank you.
But I expected you to go into that C range because you're
Barbara
tough.
said C+. C+, he's like a solid 80. Like when I say B minus, I mean he's an 80. He barely made a B minus.
Yes.
Because those errors were terrible timing.
Mickey says C plus B minus is the right call.
Yeah.
Now, I fully expected to give him a B minus. My gut, I kind of did the gut, and then I looked at the stats to back up if my gut was right. So I fully expected to give him a B minus. I actually gave him a B. And that might be a little generous, but when I looked at his stats compared to the rest of his career, I was kind of surprised, honestly, that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So his batting average obviously was the biggest dip off. He was a career, he's a career 296 hitter, and he hit 266 this year. That's not good. But his RBIs were on pace with every other season he's ever had, minus last year when he got over 100 with the Dodgers. His home run total was the second highest of his career. His stolen bases were high, and he did have that streak of, 32 or 33
going back
in
to
a
2022.
row. His batting average was the biggest drop-off. His slugging percentage stayed around the same. His OPS was a little lower. And his walks were on par with the rest of his career. So because he wasn't that far off a lot of major offensive categories, I kind of upped him to that B instead of the B minus I thought I was going to give him. Fair or not fair, that's what it was. Tyler, you're the tiebreaker here. Yeah. Where are you at on Trea Turner?
Your brother, Trey.
Can we admit?
Your doppelganger.
I don't see it.
I see it. It's a chin strap. All you guys have chin straps. Yeah.
But I don't see it. So
Tyler looks like Trey. And your names are both T. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can we admit that two things can be true at once? Are we allowed to do that?
Depending on where you're going with it.
Depending on the two things.
Yeah, depending on the works. It can't be hot and cold at the same time.
The two things that can be true at once is I believe that this was Trea Turner's worst professional season as a Major League Baseball player. I also believe that the Trea Turner that you saw in that post-August, whatever it was, with the standing ovation, is the Trea Turner you're probably going to get.
You mean my idea? Yeah.
Yes. Is the Trea Turner you're probably going to get more of next season. Like, he wasn't good this year. It was like you talked about, one of the lowest averages of his career. The 26 home runs, the 76 RBIs, the 30 stolen bases is product primarily of the post-August 1st stats. And that's what gives me excitement about Trea Turner heading into next year.
I can't hold that against him that he got it together. You know what I mean?
Right. So my point is, I think that this was it was objectively his worst season since his rookie year.
I guess. But I was shocked looking at his stat sheet compared to other seasons. I expected him to be off in almost every major category, and it was really just batting average and OPS and one other that there were fall offs. His production ended up being there because he got hot.
Sure.
And I think that's why people are optimistic about the coming years. I think the defense will get better. That's why I justified my B. But you guys are completely right.
Yeah, and the one thing that drives me absolutely insane is routine butchered balls. And when you have
worst.
102 errors in your career and 23 of them come this season,
Yeah.
it doesn't bode well
fifth.
for me.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, the other thing that I take a look at, I know stats obviously are very important, especially as we're talking through
Somebody
everything.
I know would
But
say stats lie. They don't tell the whole story.
they're not telling the whole story because it's also the timing of those errors, the timing of those plays. When you look at the situations in which Trey really was not good, it's the worst timing. You know, we all saw after the August ovation how Trey definitely was much better. But also, like, he started off rough, improved with the ovation, gets into the postseason, and was just very inconsistent.
But if he doesn't turn the corner, the Phillies don't surge to the playoffs and beat the Braves.
Which is why he's still in the B category. But
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'm not arguing
but I
you're
think
great. I think
absolutely
it's fair. But I'm just saying, like,
for him,
he did by becoming the player we all expected, he changed the season.
he did change his season.
So
but
I
he
think
also
I give him a
hurt
little more
in
credit
a lot
for
of
that.
areas of the season, especially when you look at the error that he had. What was that? I don't remember even which game it was because it's all blur at this point. But Trea Turner had some pivotal mistakes at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yes. We're moving on, though, because there's another guy that had some. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
real quick,
Tyler.
if you guys, I apologize to interrupt you. My grade, by the way.
Oh,
C.
yeah.
It's a
Oh,
C.
yeah.
It's
We
a
forgot
C.
that.
A C.
A C.
Not even a C+.
So you're Mrs. Turnbuckle.
It's Trunchbull. Tyler.
Mr. Tabernacle.
Tyler gave his.
Samsonite, Swami, swimming.
You are supposed to be tougher on your own family. So Tyler gave his brother Trey a C,
That's
not
all-
even a C+. You're saying like a solid 75?